I can't play the actual Strictly intro for my intro. At least not by itself. I guess I'll just do this. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Strictly Come Dancing, the unofficial podcast. Happy to have you here. For those of you who might not know, my name is Turtle Boy, you can call me Turtle, and I am coming at you live from my super secret recording location, that of course being the top of the Statue of Liberty, but not just any Statue of Liberty, but the Statue of Liberty used in Michael Jackson's music video for his hit song, Black or White, the CGI one, where he's like at the top and he's dancing. That's where I am. That's where I'm recording from right now. We are back for week 5. I hyped it up a little bit at the end of the last podcast episode, but this is a good week. One of my favorites of the series, not gonna lie. Also, before we get into it, I just want to make a quick announcement. I want to be able to review the routines of Series 22, so the upcoming Strictly series, as they're airing. So I want to have this series done by the time Series 22 starts, so start of September. So to make sure that happens, I'm going to be reviewing Week 7 and Week 8's routines in one podcast episode, and also the semifinals and the final all in one episode. Next week we'll get Halloween week. The following week you're going to get Week 7 and Week 8, then Week 9, which is Blackpool, then 10, then 11, which is musical week, and then to wrap it up, one episode for the semifinal and the final. Just so I'm ready to go for when Series 22 starts airing. That's just what I'm going to do. This week we're just talking about Week 5. So let's just get right into it. With, sadly,
dancing contemporary for their couple's choice, Lauren Stenton and AJ Pritchard.
Contemporary. Welcome. I say that in the most negative way. No one is safe from my hate of contemporary, even Lay J. Putting Lay J in last hurt. I got shot through the heart. I didn't want to do this, but it's a contemporary. So this is just how it has to be. Now that we have contemporary in the competition, and we will sadly keep seeing it, let me explain why I hate contemporaries so much. I literally have in my notes, insert contemporary rant here. So this is the first couple's choice we ever got to see, and couple's choice, you have the choice between doing a street commercial routine, a theater jazz routine, or a contemporary routine. And I just think contemporary is like, one, the lamest option. When you have street commercial and theater jazz right there, why would you choose contemporary? That's just me, but I'm just saying, like, it's so obvious the other two are so much better. But whatever. Contemporary routines to me, though, are really, I call them the golden buzzer routines, which basically means that it's like a cop-out. Like, it's the safe choice. Like, you know the judges are going to give you a high score because you're telling, in air quotes, telling an emotional story, which to me, I don't even really consider this dancing. They're just moving around sporadically. There is really no story being told, in my opinion. It's just trying to force emotion onto the crowd and onto the judges, and I just don't, unless it's very obviously shown with visuals, there is no story being told here. I'm sorry, there is none. It's just sporadic movements, and that's all it is, just to get the judges to be like, wow, the story you just told us with your movements was insane. I'm going to give you a 10 now. Like, I just hate them. I hate contemporaries. And also, they don't wear shoes or socks. Barefoot on the dance floor is a sin. Put on socks. Why do they do that? So anyway, with that being said, Lauren and AJ's contemporary is in last. Now, I don't hate this one. There are exactly 3 contemporaries I don't hate, and guess what? It's from teams I like, and that's why. That's the only reason why. So yeah, it's Lauren and AJ. I can't absolutely hate this. It is pretty, like the set is pretty. I like the ending because there's a little AJ moment where she puts her hand to AJ's chest, then he takes her hand and puts it back on her chest. And I'm like, I love AJ. But that's literally all I got for this. A 4, a 6, a 6, and a 7. No, I'm sorry. A 4, a 6, a 7, and a 7. Craig, that 4, for once I agree with you.
Dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha, Vic Hope and Graziano Di Prima.
I don't have much to say about this one. All I really put was that it's not bad. It's just not great. You know, it's just perfectly fine. It's a perfectly average cha-cha, and that's really all it is. But I will say that this is another routine where Vic's personality really comes through. Like, I love to see her flirty and her sassy side, that big, beautiful smile. Like, yeah, it is very nice. And also, the ending pose was cute, but that's literally all I have to say. Just that it's good, but it's not, like, incredible, you know? What did this get? A 4, a 6, a 4, and a 6. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think a 5 would be where I go, you know, the happy medium between both judges. Oh, wait, I completely forgot to say, Bruno is not here this episode. We have instead, what is his name? Alfonso. Alfonso is here. Alfonso is here instead. So yeah, he's the one giving the final number on the scores. So he gave Vic and Graciano a 6, and he gave Lauren and AJ a 7. Yeah, okay, let's move on.
Dancing the Quickstep, Sean Walsh and Katya Jones.
You know what, Sean? This just wasn't half bad. Good for you. Now, they were a little too out of sync at the start. I think one of my favorite things about Quickstep when it's done right is how in sync the couples are with each other in their movements. For example, Faye Tozer and Giovanni's Quickstep during movie week was one of the best because they were so in sync. It was bonkers. This is in sync. It's just not enough in sync. You know, the movements are not exactly the same. And you can see it, and it just takes you out of the immersion a little bit. Lifting Katya with his back was cool. The guitar prop was cool. I did like the guitar prop. However, I just noticed this while I was rewatching these. About halfway through, he throws the guitar onto those steps, right? On the bottom right side of the stage. But then at the end, it ends up back in the case. Where did that second guitar come from? Was that the same guitar and it somehow teleported back into the case? There is something off here. What is going on? Magical guitar on Strictly Come Dancing. Okay. The scores. A 5 from Craig, a 6 from Darcy, a 6 from Shirley, and a 7 from Alfonso. I think a 6 is fair, honestly, just because of the slightly out of syncness. But good for you, Sean. Good for you.
Dancing the Tango, Graham Swan and Oti Mabuse.
He looks so pretty in this. It's giving pretty princess. I'm just saying. Okay, I thought that the flip at the start and the drag across the stage by her neck, oh my gosh, was very cool. I felt the top of the body lacked sharpness, you know, just in terms of their movements, although there wasn't too many turns to have there be sharp. But I thought that their leg motions were on point. Very sharp, very snappy, very, very good. And also, the transfer of the rose from mouth to mouth, okay, pop off, dang, those woos in the audience, they got it. A 6 from Craig, a 7 from Darcy, an 8 from Shirley, and an 8 from Alfonso. I think a 7 is fair because, you know, it was a solid tango. It was a solid tango.
Dancing the Viennese Waltz, Kate Silverton and Aliash Skorianets.
The vibe of this is so pretty. I'm obsessed with the vibe. I love Kay and Aliash's connection in this Viennese waltz. It's just really, really sweet. The touch at the photo of the start and then having him walk up behind her, really, really cute. Also, that's literally everyone the other day when they announced that Aliash was coming back for the 20th year for a series. We were all looking at the photo like, oh, I hope it's Aliash. And then it was Aliash. He's going to be back for one more year for the 20th year of Strictly, and I am beyond thrilled. Like, oh my gosh. Yes, welcome home, Aliash. There was not too much rise and fall in this routine that I could see. However, I always get really confused by the judges' comments about Viennese waltzes when they're like, there's too much rise and fall. They say that every single time. Either no one in Strictly History can do a Viennese waltz correctly, or you are allowed to do rise and fall in this routine, and the judges are just flat out lying, because they always say it. There's too much rise and fall. Okay, so I don't know. Anyway, a 6, and an 8. Alfonso, calm down over there, okay? You're here for one episode. Maybe put down the 8 paddle.
Dancing the American Smooth, Dr. Ranj Singh and Jeanette Monroe.
This was just very wholesome and very cute, and I really loved watching it. I mean, these two are always so fun and cute with everything they do, so it was to be expected, but this was just so nice. The lifts with Jeanette were very, very cute. I did notice a slip up on one tiny section, but that's literally the only time. It's just his feet kind of slipped and went into the wrong position. But other than that, I thought that it was pretty clean. I love me a spin off one arm, and Jeanette's dress moves really, really well in this routine. So shout out to the dress department because they killed it. This was really, really good. And then the movements out of hold were actually not my fave, which is very rare in American Smooth because usually more time out of hold, the better, because I don't really like American Smooth. But I really did prefer their time in hold. It just proves that they work in hold really well. It was very, very nice. This opened the episode. It got a 5 from Craig. Okay. It got a 6 from Darcy, a 7 from Shirley, and a 7 from Alfonso. I think a 6 is good. I'd give it a 6, 6.5 if I could, for the cuteness of it all.
Dancing the Rumba, Ashley Roberts and Pasha Kovalev.
Oh, Ashley Roberts, how you continuously slay time after time. I love you. The smoothness of this. Call BTS, because this is smooth like butter. Oh my gosh, it's so good. She was so excited to do this routine, and she did not let us down. She did not let us down. Does she ever let us down? No. The answer is no. Ashley Roberts could never let us down. The slow one leg lift in the air. Are you kidding me? The strength that she has to have for that. Oh my gosh. And just the movements in her body. Oh my God. I love, this happens in sambas too, but also in rumbas. The way the body, in a good rumba, the way it's able to move from leg to hip to torso to upper body, like it's like a wave. And she does so well. She does it so well. Yes, Ashley. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'll calm down. Pasha's walk-up was great. It's exactly what I'm talking about here, with the fantastic transfer from leg to hip to torso. I know he's the pro and he can do that whenever, but like, I just want to say it was really good and I liked it a lot. It was just great. And also their outfits and the set was very nice. I remember the first time I watched this, I thought it was a Mr. Beast challenge because there was a ring of lights and it was like, the last person to leave wins $10,000. But that was not the case. So this got 9s across the board, and that is deserved. Ashley Roberts, don't slay challenge. She can't.
Dancing the Foxtrot, Faye Tozer and Giovanni Panici.
The best thing that ever happened to foxtrots in this show is making them fun. Foxtrots to me are so boring that I love when they are fun. And this one is so fun and cute. I love it. I love Faye Tozer. Everything before the lyrics even start was fantastic. There's so many like small leg lifts, turns, dips, all before the song even starts, technically. Like, it's just, oh my God, it's so good. And also, something that Faye and Gio do so well. So well. This happened in their Viennese waltz too. The transition in and out of hold is so good. There's a moment towards like the middle where the chorus of the song picks up, where they have a little bit of time out of hold. And then they kind of motion to each other, like they raise their arms out to each other, and then he runs towards her, and they go right back into hold with a spin, and it is so clean and impressive and beautiful, and I like had to pause because I was so impressed, and oh my gosh, yes, they killed this. An 8 from Craig, a 9 from Darcy, yes, Darcy, an 8 from, oh my God, sorry, an 8 from Shirley, and an 8 from Alfonso. Okay, Alfonso, you can pick the 8 paddle back up because that deserved an 8. Thank you, sir.
Dancing the Jump, Danny John Jules, and Amy Dowden.
So here's Mr. John Jules absolutely shutting me up, getting a 10 out of Ballroom Hold, and the first 10 of the series at that. Danny, good job. You finally learned how to be out of Ballroom Hold, and I'm so glad because this is such a slay. The movement in this routine, the speed in this routine. I did not know someone at Danny's age could move this way. It is incredible. It's honestly reminding me of Lee and Nadia's jive. The movement and precision and speed and energetic. I don't even know. Danny is doing exactly that here. It is insane. It's so impressive. The only thing I'll say is that his offhand was like a little stiff and his arms were kind of straight in some points. But dude, other than that, yes, give this a 10. This was incredible. This was so good. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting it at all. But I was so pleasantly surprised by this. Oh my gosh. Yes. A 9 from Craig. A 10 from Darcy. See, when I remembered that this got the first 10, I'm like, oh, Shirley definitely gave that 10 because she loves Danny. Seeing that it was Darcy was genuinely surprising. I was like, oh, okay, pop off. A 9 from Shirley and a 9 from Alfonso. I mean, yeah. All I have to say is yes, agreed.
Dancing the Waltz, Joe Sugg and Diane Buswell.
Rainbow Dam Connection. Oh my god. I am a sucker for this routine. I love it. I love it so much. The hand touch at the start, everyone shut up. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. That's my favorite, like, cute moment with these two in the whole show. I don't even care. Their whole American Smooth and the Viennese Waltz, the Joanne Viennese Waltz. No, this beats both of them. This hand touch to me is so sweet and cute and, like, I don't know. It was like foreshadowing almost of, like, what was to come. And it's just my favorite moment with these two in a routine on the show. It's just, girl, calm down. I think this is their best slow dance. Just because it's so sweet and cute and clean and pretty and the vibes. And yes, their spin, Joe's expression the whole time, the outfits, the theming, the log. Hello? I love Rainbow Connection. I love this routine. This is what true love looks like. Everyone take notes. This is true love. God, I love Rainbow Connection. I love this waltz. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. Girl, calm down. All right, so a 6 from Craig, whatever. A 7 from Darcy, an 8 from Shirley, and an 8 from Alfonso. Alfonso, I'm glad he saw this one. He was here for one episode, and I'm glad that he saw this. I'm glad Alfonso saw true love right in front of his eyes for the one time he was on Strictly This Series. That makes me happy.
Dancing December, Stacey Dooley and Kevin Clifton.
I love this. I love this so much. This is what I'm talking about when I say week 5 is so good. Like, these routines just make me so happy. Everyone killed it. This is so joyous. This is just incredible. Kevin's reaction at the start, like standing up out of a seat and just going ham on the clapping, is literally me when Stacey does anything on the show. I'm like, yes, queen, you do it. You slayed that. Yes. Yes. The way that they, again, just like I said for Faye and Giovanni, I'm a sucker for this stuff. The way that they launch off into hold in the second half is so clean and beautiful. It's just incredible. The dip on the first tequila, fantastic. The cheek-to-cheek steps, the samba roll, all of this was just so good. I can only say that she does, and this does happen in some routines, where the celebrity is mouthing like 1 and 2 and 3 while they dance. But in my eyes, if that's what you have to do to give us a performance like this, go for it. Like they're slaying so hard. Like, if that's what you have to do, then just do it. Like, yes. Yes, all I can say is yes. 8 from Craig, 7 from Darcy. Darcy, what? No. A 9 from Shirley and a 9 from Alfonso. This is a 9. Tequila.
Dancing Street Commercial for their couple's choice. Charles Benn and Karen Clifton.
As I was watching the compilation for this podcast episode, I was like, where are Charles and Karen? I don't remember what they have this episode. And then I saw them sitting in those ketchup and mustard suits, and I was like, Oh my gosh. Yes, I forgot about this. And then here it is at first place. This is why you pick street commercial, people. This is the kind of routine you get when you pick street commercial. What a way to introduce it to the series. This whole thing is so good. It had chair choreo. It had handkerchief choreo. The jump and dance on the table. Charles's split. The silly duo moments. This is peak. This is what street commercial is all about. It's about fun. It's about snappy. It's about that energetic beat. It's about those fun moments. I love it. This was such a good way to introduce street commercial to the series. And just, they don't do street commercials like this anymore. Oh, I love it. 9s across the board. Good. That is deserved. This is so peak. Like, I love this. Yes, week 5, I love you. So, top of the leaderboard this episode. No shock here, Danny and Amy, because they got the first 10. And then tied for second is Charles and Karen, good. And Ashley and Pasha's Roomba, good. This is a peak leaderboard. Well, Rainbow Connection was a little too far in the back. Joe and Diane's Wells was not high enough. But, other than that, this was peak. But, sadly, we did have a dance-off. And this was one where Shirley needed to come in and make a choice in who to save, which does not happen a lot. The dance-off was between Sean and Katia for their quick step, and Vic and Graciano for their cha-cha-cha. Now, this is the first time where, in previous dance-offs, I've kind of been like, okay, yeah, that was deserved. Like, I could easily see who the judges were going to save. This one, I wasn't 100% sure, because even though Sean and Katia did have a little bit of a timing issue, it was still a very solid quick step for week 5. But Vic and Graciano's was just so meh that it was like, what's worse? Not a perfect routine, but still good, or just a perfectly average routine, But either way, Vic and Graciano did end up getting eliminated this episode, with Craig choosing to save them, Darcy and Alfonso choosing to save Sean and Katia, which, first of all, I know it's just by the dance that they see right there in the moment, but I think it's funny having the guest judge vote, having not seen the previous episodes, but I guess it is just off of the dance-off dance, so whatever. And then Shirley came in and saved Sean and Katia, meaning Vic and Graciano are eliminated. Sad to see them go, but understandable as to why they were the ones eliminated this episode, for that routine. And that is it for week 5. What a week it was. Oh my gosh, week 5. You are famous. You will always be famous to me. And I am sweating. So I'm gonna get down from the Michael Jackson music video. But before I go, I can't say keep dancing because that slogan is already taken. So instead, I'll say keep schmoving and grooving, my lovely people. I will see you all next week for Halloween week. Yes! Sorry, I got excited. I remember what week we had next. Okay, that's all. Goodbye.